Good morning, everybody. This is Monday, January 11th. I hope everyone's having a great day on this chilly Monday morning. Anyway, what we're going to do today is learn about genetics. My main goal is to set up Punnett squares. Punnett squares let you figure out the odds, if you will, of an offspring having blue eyes or brown eyes or different types of hair, or there's any trait you can think of. Before we do that, though, there's a couple terms we have to get familiar with, which is what we're doing today. In Google Classroom, a couple quick announcements. If you're looking for extra credit, there's a new program called IXL. If you got an email about it, that was me. I should have given you a heads up first. But if you want to sign up for IXL, there's only a couple weeks left for us. I'm not sure how much I'm going to use it in the fall, but it's definitely something that's going to happen for the spring students. Any feedback you can give me on it would be greatly appreciated. So I'm going to have right now, it's extra credit. If you go in and it looks like this. Now, I'm not sure how much you'll be able to do today. We're kind of going over this stuff now, but if enough of you are interested, I'd be happy to go through the module with you. So here, this is what it looks like. You click on the stage and you start answering the questions. The program will adjust to you. The other announcement that I wanted to talk about in Google Classroom is the lesson plan page for this week is right here. If you happen to miss something in class, you want to go to the lesson plan page. Everything you need is right there. So now for today's lesson. So let me get to, we're in day 4 of the module. Remember, we did the dissection last week. So in order to do a Punnett square, you need to be able to work with what are called alleles. And you need to be able to tell me if something is heterozygous, homozygous, dominant, recessive. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not that bad. So we're going to use eyes. I like using eye color as my example. What we do in genetics is we assign a letter to the trait. The dominant trait's going to get a capital letter. The recessive trait's going to get a lowercase letter. We normally name the trait after the capital letter. Like sometimes if you would see green eyes, for example, it would still be a lowercase b. So in this particular gene combination, we have a brown-eyed gene from one parent, which is the dominant, and you also got a blue-eyed gene from this parent, which is the recessive. So your combination, your allele, if you will, is going to be this letter combination here. That's called a genotype. A genotype tells me what genes you got. The phenotype, what are you going to look like? You're going to have brown eyes because that capital B is there. And this will make more sense when we start doing the squares, but you're going to see me using these letter combinations a lot. So in blue eyes, the different combinations you can get are, this is all dominant, purebred, we call this homozygous. Or you're going to get all recessive, which is also purebred homozygous. The heterozygous occurs when you get one of each, but you're still going to have brown eyes. These two offspring still have brown eyes. The difference is when it comes to the children. The children of this offspring are going to have a higher chance for blue eyes. So what we're going to do, what we did today, is we took a look at a worksheet and we're working in the chat. We're just looking at the difference between homozygous and heterozygous. You have to be able to identify this in order to move on. So if you look at the two capital T's here, let's make that a little smaller. So we actually didn't type anything. We were just going in the chat. Those two T's there, that's going to be, I put HO for homozygous. Next, we have a mix. So we're going to put HE. Make that a little smaller. See how the letters are mixed? That's going to be heterozygous. If I can ever get this working right. Gotta love technology, right? So here's HE. You see how there's two capital letters? That's homozygous. Two lowercase letters, homozygous. The only time you're going to get heterozygous is if it's mixed combination. If you get an upper and a lowercase, you get heterozygous. That was the main thing we were going to do today. We may or may not get to this part down here, but this is the first step in being able to do a Punnett square. It'll make a lot more sense once we start them, but this was the skill we were focusing on today, the difference between a heterozygous combination or genotype or a homozygous combination genotype. The assessment, after we practiced that together, I asked the group in GoGuardian to complete this word wall activity, which is private. I'm going to go fix that. But once you complete this word wall activity, after I fix it, of course, you'll let me know and I'll be able to give you credit for today. So that's what we did today. Homozygous versus heterozygous, learning how to classify them because it's going to lead to being able to do Punnett squares. All right, so that was today's skill. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.